All right, here we are, Capital Breakfast, Friday morning. It's Greg Burns and Caroline Flack on a massive moment. One of the most important reunions of British music is taking place right now. They started out their pop careers in the biggest boy band of all time. They went their separate ways, though, 15 years ago. But they're back. They're together for the first time since. It is Robbie Williams and Gary Barlow.
What a build-up!
Hey, Gaz.
What a build-up!
Gaz, we better be good.
I tell you what, we don't get a build-up when we're not with you.
Stick around.
Do you know, I actually tingled even saying that. Look, Goose Pimples. Goose Pimples. They're back together. It's amazing. It's amazing to see you back together, guys. Just to be clear, this is the duet before all the other guys are back. This is the duet before they take that reunion. This is the amazing single, Shame, which is going to be on your greatest hits, isn't it? So how's it been being back in the studio that first time, just the two of you together?
Well, it happened before the studio. I was out family last summer looking at the sea. It was very beautiful. And Rob kindly dropped in one day. And this wasn't planned, was it?
What happened was I had a quiz night. I had a quiz night on the Sunday. Because Sundays is normally quiz night at the house. And, 60 questions, 2 teams, etc.
You can take the boy out of Stoke, can't you?
And then we have the name game and blah, blah, blah. And Gaz came round and there was a few faces then. It was a lovely evening. At the end of it, Gaz is leaving the house. I'm like, we should write together then, Gaz. And of course, because I'm a bit flaky, aren't I, Gaz?
Just a bit.
Yeah. Well,
I was prepared to do this on my own this morning, just so you know.
Oh, don't tell me it's going to kick off, Phil. I don't want you going your separate ways again.
I'm a bit flaky, so Gaz gave me the look like, yeah, see you tomorrow then. Gets in the car, I was thinking that'll never happen, because I never leave the house, and he's like, come down, and we'll knock something together. So the next day, up bright and early, straight over to Malibu, where Gaz was staying, renting a place. And he said, well, I've got this tune, have a listen to this. And he played it me, knocked my socks off, brilliant music, brilliant melody. And off he went to the loo and carried on playing the tune. And by the time he'd come back, I'd got a new melody over the top that I was singing. And he looked at me and just went, oh, no, lad. No. Interesting, but no. And I think because we'd had a big chat and we'd sorted out, the things that needed to be sorted out. And money, basically. Yeah. His management talked to my management.
Faxed each other a few times.
Yeah. And sat down to write a tune together. And we had a big chat about all the things that we'd, got problems with each other, etc., etc. Ironed them out. And it just seemed to be lyrically the way to go for the first song that we wrote together. It was, about us, autobiographical, and it was a really beautiful day. Did you have a little bit of a tear?
I tell you, the funny thing for me was that I'd watched Rob for so long on TV and, Nebworth and all this stuff, and I was actually quite blown away with you singing next to me, because it's the first time in years I'd heard your voice. But right next to me in this small room, I was getting goosebumps listening to him singing, so I was actually really enjoying just being in a room and wasn't really aware we were doing something really good at the time. I think it was later on that night when you sent me an email with all the lyrics finished. I sang it through and I thought, wow, this could be a really good song, this.
It only took us like a couple of hours to do it, didn't it?
Yeah, I think for me and Rob at that point, we'd sort of met after all these years. We put music in between us as like a common ground to just keep pecking at this song.
See, I wasn't sure whether he was going to swing for me still.
Get out of it.
Seriously.
Don't do that.
No, I know now, but I was like at his house going, he's going to swing for me soon,
I knew as soon as Rob walked through the door and he was about 3 foot higher than me, I thought, I don't think I'll swing for him today.
I've got a theory that it might reform other friendships and relationships. People will listen to it and get in touch with other people.
That'd be really cool.
Wouldn't it?
It is funny because in about 2000, I had my first baby, Dan, and I made a list of all the people I wanted to reconnect with, and actually Rob was the last year that happened for me again. I wanted to make friends and explain myself to a lot of people, and you were the last name on that list.
So basically, if at any point you've lost touch with Gary, it's not going to happen now because he's done them all.
He's done the list.
You've missed. If you've not been phoned, you're not getting a call.
That's it.
Now, the track "Shame" is going to be on your greatest hits album, Rob.
In and out of consciousness.
Does it feel like you've had a career for 20 years in this business?
it's a bit of both. Feel as though I've been around forever. Still think I'm 13.
How are the other boys about the fact that you two got together? Because of course they've got the reunions coming up. But Jason, Mark, and Howard, cool with you getting on the
left
cow
the band now.
Is that it over?
It's just me and Rob.
I'd like to, on the big comeback tour, which I'm presuming are you officially going to be doing the tour? It's not just an album, is that?
We are talking of a tour now.
Come on, you're doing a tour.
You're
doing a tour. Look me in the eye and tell me you're not doing a tour. Of course you're doing a tour.
We're talking of the tour now, and hopefully it'll be next summer.
I'd like you to do it in chronological order and actually open with that. Remember, Do What You Like was the first single.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the opening scene should be.
Was that with the jelly on the bum?
With the jelly.
The jelly on the bums.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how
but
sure.
that would ruin
The
all the
jelly.
costumes then for the second
We'll do it
song
now.
of
Do
the
it
night.
for finale then. The
Finale
jellies are there.
So work the other way around.
Yeah,
do
do
your
the other
single
way around.
first.
Yeah, right back to Do What You Like. Listen, we are going to talk some more in a minute. We're so chuffed we've got them here today. The duet, Shame. We played it for the first time yesterday morning. We got so many texts. Well, as soon as we got in yesterday, we had a copy. We had it on repeat like 3 or 4 times in the office. We love it. It's Shame. It's available to download October the 3rd. It's Gary Barlow. It's Robbie Williams. They're here. They're together. And we're back soon. It's Capital FM London. Oh,
Yes!
All right, we're back. It's Capital Breakfast. It's Friday morning, and more importantly, they are back. They're back together. They're here. It's Robbie and Gary. Robbie Williams and Gary Barlow. Still with us.
Morning.
Oh, yeah.
Morning, everybody.
Robbie,
Yes.
congratulations on tying the knot.
Thank you very much.
How's married life treating you?
Do you know what? It's brilliant. I wasn't into getting married at all. I never thought that I would. And then when I met Ida, and it's a big thing for her. She's been dreaming about it ever since she was a kid, as most women do. And I love her to bits. So I was like, yeah, I'll do the day for you, Bab. Because I wanted to go off to Vegas and just get it done. She wanted the meal and the family and the friends, etc., etc. And I really surprised myself because I had the best day of my life. It's been nearly 3 weeks now that we've been married, but it does change. For me, anyway. I wasn't expecting myself to get carried away with it, but I had the best day, and I'm still on a high from it now.
How are you finding life as a 5-piece band again?
It's been brilliant.
It's been so easy.
Yeah.
It's been incredibly easy. The 5 of us in a room, lots of laughter, a few tears, happiness. It's been great.
It's 20 years since it all first came together. It's 20 years since those auditions, which were hotly contested auditions. There was a lot of talent at those auditions. There was
6 people. There were 6 people.
It could have gone any way. I mean, just think of what could have happened back almost 20 years to the week, because it was just before 2 people's GCSEs were coming out. I remember talking with Robbie, sat opposite each other in those first auditions. I remember Robbie with you. I remember your mum being there.
She wasn't.
Your mum was there. You were. I'll tell you why I remember your mum was there, because my dad was with me, but I wouldn't let him come in.
Yeah, he must have.
And Robbie went in first, and as he was coming, and he came out. I remember my dad was saying there's a wine bar below where the auditions were. My dad was like, "Well, there's some young lad came out with his mum. Was he in the audition?" I'm like, "No, he wasn't. No."
Yeah, I did take your mum. Were you 16 as well?
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
You're a very brave lad.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. If you fluked it, I reckon.
I did.
I don't know.
Did you, can you?
Not really, no.
Can you remember?
That's probably the other thing that happened.
Can you remember going in for the meeting?
I can, yeah, I can remember.
With Nigel?
I can, yeah. So listen, what we've done, we've been thinking about this, and the new material was not ready, right? The tour hasn't been sorted. We thought, Gary, we're going to give you another shot at this, of picking the right person for the band. I'm not, maybe he didn't make the right decision 20 years ago.
Maybe.
Maybe it's time that Rob and I just battled it out.
Okay.
Maybe we should try and put this to bed.
I'm up for it.
How things could have been different. Should it be me? Should it have been Rob?
It's funny looking at you now. You could have been in a boy band.
Yeah, I could have been.
You really could have.
Yeah. So we're up for recreating the audition back from 20 years ago. We up for this?
Do I need to put my headphones on?
You might want to put your earplugs in, is what I do. To be honest.
Or do I not need to put them on?
All right, so here we go. Completely untouched and completely live. I'm going to recreate the audition from 20 years ago this month. Here we go. Spirits move me every time I'm near you, whirling like a cyclone in my mind. Completely untouched, as you see, completely live there.
Was that streaming from X Factor last week?
No, that was completely untouched. Rob, do you reckon you can handle a bit of this?
I can go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Gary, you're listening. Are you going to pick? See if the right decision was made 20 years ago.
Okay. Spirits move me every time I need
Cheers,
you.
beautiful, beautiful.
Whirling like a cyclone in my mind.
Oh, that early in the morning as well.
Can we get Bad Boys Inc. in next week? Can I try out for them? Can I give it a go? Oh, 911.
Brother Guns.
Thank you guys so much. Do you know what, genuinely, we all got together and watching the video yesterday. We all went, do you know what, this actually really is really nice to see. And when you guys came in, we were all like, look, it's Robbie and Gary together. It's been amazing. It's great.
Cool.
We're really happy
Thank
that
you.
you guys are back. We can't wait for the new stuff and the
Good
tour.
to be back.
If a tour maybe happens,
It's a
we'll
good
take that.
idea, but we'll let you know.
Yeah, and if you need a 6 up there, you know, I could. I'm still available. That's what I'm saying.
Good. I'm glad we know that.
Do you think it's time for me to let this go?
Yeah,
Go.
it's
Let's go.
So listen, thank you so much for coming in. The new duet Shame, which is fantastic, available to download again from October 3rd. But now we're going to finish with some classic Take That. Once again, back in Capital, back together, it's Robbie Williams and Gary Barlow.